we'll call the Finance Committee meeting to order. Take the roll.
Ms. Everett?
Present.
All.
Here.
Bill? Curtis?
Present.
Johnson? Yes. Here.
You all have the agenda in front of you. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? Do we have to just... Sorry. All in favor of approving the agenda? Aye. Okay. Public comments? Hearing none, we'll...
Oh, Randy Schultz just sent me an email, I just got it, that said he had an emergency and he won't be here. So
Okay.
there's no report from Randy.
We will then skip to Susie.
Yep, things have been quiet on our end. Everything seems to be running well, so just plugging along as we have been.
Very good.
Yep, that's about it. Have a good day.
Okay, thanks. Department head reports. Anyone? D? Anything?
Nothing new since the health committee report on Tuesday.
Okay. Sheriff?
I could add a little bit for Randy since he's not here. We got 2 new squad cars in into last week. So I got those put on. They're getting switched over, and when our old ones are torn apart and ready for release, I'll get those taken off of it. Kind of a side note on that, I brought a claim into Anita for that. They're 2016s, but they're brand new. They each had, before they drove them up here from Decatur, 10 miles on each one of them. Those are the cheapest squad cars that are out there right now, the Chevy Impalas, and they're no longer making the Chevy Impalas. They've gone to the Caprice, which is, we like the Impalas because they're a V6 front-wheel drive. They help a little bit in the winter. They've gone to the Caprice, which is a V8 rear-wheel drive, and of course the price goes up on them. So next year when it's time to purchase squads, I'll see what's out there state bid-wise. But we got 2 of them for a little under $45,000, I think. So.
Good.
45,866.
Okay, a little under 46. So.
Yeah. The only thing I'll need are serial numbers.
I will get them over to you.
Okay.
We'll vote on that claim separately. I think there's another one. But,
And I had one deputy retire on this past Monday, February 5th. Mike Coleman had 28 years on. He retired. I did some interviews on lateral transfers. Basically what a lateral transfer is someone who is currently certified as a police officer, working full-time and in good standing with the agency that he's working with. So I've had, since this fall, probably 7 or 8 resumes sent to me by certified police officers who knew that retirements were coming. So I've interviewed an individual and slated him to start on Friday the 16th, February 16th. I spoke with Amanda. He's going to come in and get sworn in by me, and then I believe at 9 o'clock I'm going to have him over here to get signed up for his. He's a young officer. He's got 2 years experience, but looking forward to coming and working with us, and I think he'll make a good addition to the sheriff's office. So other than that, I don't think I have anything else.
very good. Bob? Anita?
Well, I am in the interview process for Mary Ann's replacement. She retires after 26 years. This month, March 30th is her last day. So this week I started interviews for her replacement. So that's out there.
Lisa, do you have, we were doing department head.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Jim, okay.
Well, not yet. I will have something to say in regard to
business.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. The audit.
Okay, so the audit, they're not on site anymore, the auditors are not, it is not done. I just, before the meeting, received an email and they want 4 more copies of checks and all the supporting documentation. So, I mean, it continues. So, but they are wrapping up. It's kind of down to fewer and fewer issues, so hopefully, I mean, they know my target is for them to be here with the audit in March. So, they know they need to get it done. So, that's where that is at, that piece of it. Along with it, this year, at the same time, to save money, we did the, used to be agreed upon procedures, 2 different reports for the Illinois Department of Human Services. One is a grant report that goes by state fiscal year, and we had that done for them when they arrived, and so they audited it then. That is complete, and to the Public Health Department, they have to submit that to the Illinois.
Zero fraud story vault.
It's the Illinois Department of Public Health, or whoever that agency is. That's who it goes to. They review it. So that report is completely done, though the due date on that is May 31st. So we're early on that, but that's the way we like it. We want to be in and done and move forward. The second piece is the consolidated financial report, also to the same agency as a part of the reporting requirements. Instead of doing a separate agreed upon procedures like this, it ends with the fiscal year, so we saved money by doing it. It will be a separate portion of our complete consolidated audit. So it saves us some fees. So all that work is to them. We'll get it as a piece of our regular audit. It won't come out as a separate independent report. And what that does is save them running it up the chain to the highly, see, nothing goes out of their offices without going up their chain of command. So you save the fees of all those high-end partners because it all gets done at once. So that's out. It'll be part of the audit when we get that. So that's where that's at.
Very good. Okay, completion of ETSB cash report.
This is a report that's been required by the state of Illinois the last several years. I think 3 years I was doing it for NIDA. I can't remember what the first year was. But essentially they want every expense in ETSB for the year, beginning cash, every expense, and then ending cash. It was always due September 30th of the following year, and it was real easy to tie out to the audit, and I felt real comfortable with it. Well, they changed the due date this year to January 31st, so 8 months earlier, and right when the audit's due. So I actually got it to Eric February 1st, so it was late, and it was 4:30 on February 1st, so he hopefully entered everything in to the state form February 2nd, probably. I didn't check back with him, I just leave that up to him. What you see here is really my overview, and then this is my work paper where I tie it out month by month, every single cash transaction, and tie it to the revenue and expense reports. What Eric gets is this 7 pages sorted by account, because he's got to put the titles in, the expenses in, totaled by type of expense. So in order to do that and make sure everything ties out, I tie it all out to the revenue and expense report first, then take it and sort it all so it's really raw data, and it's very difficult to read, but it's what he needs in order to do it. But this is what I go through in order to get that to him. So that is done as well. So actually, we moved all that public health stuff from May deadline to January, and ETSB stuff from September to January. So really, January was tough, but apparently I'm not going to have anything to do the next 8 months. So that's going to be great.
Gold rush is over, huh?
crazy.
Real good. Sounds like it's all coming together.
Yep.
Okay. Discussion and action on the Illinois Consumer Electronics Recycling Act. There was an email or something?
Yeah,
I don't know. Is that an email I forwarded? I get this, oh, Amanda forwarded it. Okay.
I think that's what it, from what I'm reading inside, it sounds like what they're talking about.
I don't know what it is. I didn't see it. I didn't get it. What is it? I don't know.
We talked about this in, P&P, and they wanted it forwarded to finance.
Okay.
They said, what are they saying here? What is-
Maybe, yeah, John, why don't you?
It was forwarded, something that came in on the 23rd of January was forwarded to every board member. It's an act that appears primarily intended for manufacturers. I don't think it has anything to do with the county. I don't think it provides any benefit for this county. I haven't been able to find anything in the act that does. But the thing is, they're saying that there's a March 1st, 2018 deadline to opt into the program. My recommendation would be, since there doesn't seem to be any benefit to the county to opt into it, that we not do that. Further to that, if you look in section 1-80, which is towards the back, it says nothing in this act prohibits a waste hauler from entering into a contractual agreement with a unit of local government to establish a collection program for the recycling or reuse of CEDs, including services such as curbside collection, home pickup, drop-off locations, or similar methods of collection. Subparagraph B says nothing in this act shall prohibit a person from establishing an e-waste program independently of a manufacturer e-waste program. In the definitions of this act, a person also means a unit of local government, which is us. So I think the act clearly gives us the right to continue on with our recycling program as we've done the last several years and into the future. So my suggestion and recommendation is we not do anything.
Looking over it, I didn't get no one fuzzy out of it. It looked like it's all put together by Chicago politicians to pay for money, and I don't think we'll give them benefit. And anytime I see something come through that says, oh, you gotta act right now,
Yeah.
my first instinct is, no.
Okay,
Not a fire.
I would maybe suggest that we just table it then, or be done with it, or...
Well, if we don't want to opt into the program, maybe we could have a motion not to opt into it and just leave it that way. That'd be one possibility. I think that might, we'd be on record as having reviewed it.
Okay. Is there a motion to do that, or another suggestion?
Why don't we table it till next month, just so everybody can look it over and be sure that there's not some little part that we're all missing.
Yeah.
And they might
Sounds
change
fair.
Next month will be too late.
based off of what the information is in front of us now, but you know what, they might come back and change that, so. I'll second that motion if the emergency carries.
Okay. Well, next month might be too late, but we've been too late for other things, so.
Okay, we'll talk about it next month.
Was that a motion then, or
But that might be
the table? Till next month, just so we can.
You have a second?
Yes. Okay.
McTaggart?
Yes.
Walt?
Yes.
Bills?
Yes.
Curtis?
Yes.
Johnson? Yes.
Okay. Review of financial policies. That has been tabled here for a while, I think, or...
Right, I haven't done
Because we
any.
were trying to get done with the audit and all those things, so
Mhm.
I assume we're still in the same position as we were
Right.
last month. So hopefully,
I can re-forward the email with that
Yeah.
whole thing to all the committee members again, so hopefully you can begin to take a look at those.
we can talk about it next month. Okay? And it's not a quarter end, so we won't do the cash trends.
Correct.
Claims. Everybody
I
had
move,
a chance to look at the claims, or?
I move we pay the claims as presented. Would it include,
I
Now,
think we need to do those separately, so the ones that are on your sheet, there's a motion to approve the ones that are on your sheet.
I'll second it.
30 seconds. Call the roll.
McTaggart,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Bills,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Johnson, yes.
okay,
And then we have two additional.
right, Derek just brought me two, I'll pass those around. One is for the two squad cars that were budgeted this year. There's $50,000 that was budgeted, and you can see the claim is for $45,688, I believe. The second one is some travel expense for sheriff, he just returned yesterday. Would like to get those paid this month instead of waiting a month to get reimbursed for those expenses. So that's $464 in travel expenses. And I'll pass that one around too, so if we could get a separate motion to pay them, since they're not on the list. Then we'll get them on the list for the full board meeting.
Where'd you go?
Had a winter training conference in East Peoria for 3 nights.
Could you put
3
that
nights,
in
4
Florida?
days.
Could you move that to Florida or something?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Take a few of us with you.
Yeah.
I move to accept the car and travel expenses paid out by the sheriff.
We have a motion to approve the two claims from the sheriff, seconded by Russell. Mr. Bills. And call the roll.
McTaggart,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Bills,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Johnson, yes.
Okay. And then we'll move to old business. Maybe.
I'd like
Mr. Vine.
to have someone entertain a motion to go into executive session in regard to possible litigation regarding the arbitrator's decision.
So that we got to read off that the motion to go into executive session for 501c3 1. What is it? I'll tell you.
I second Russell Bill's motion.
Let me get the correct language, and let's go and see what they're looking for a little bit ago. Let's go with that.
Wasn't playing this Russell.
Litigation.
I think we still got to vote here.
Oh, on motion.
I think you're finding the right
Maybe Russell.
part of the law or whatever.
What is
It's the same one that was used.
5 ILC 120/1C regarding collective negotiations and employees.
We have a motion to go into executive session. Is there a second? Call the roll.
McTaggart,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Bills,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Johnson, yes.